All right, hello everybody. Welcome to Livestream under the Moonshine number 233. Tonight we are going to get into what looks to be a longer visual novel. This one is again free. It came out about 3.5 years ago. Right now it has 90% positive reviews. And this is a visual novel that I intended to do, probably over a year ago, if not more. But I never got around to it. And I think it's going to be pretty good. I have a feeling it will be. Most of the best visual novels that I've played, over all the visual novels that I've played on Livestream under the Moonshines over the past 5 years, it seems like some of the best visual novels that I have played have been free. So tonight we are going to get started with 1,000 Lies. It says that one day, I don't know how you say that, I'm just going to call it Karen. Karen starts receiving enigmatic emails from a mysterious sender, turning his everyday, well, I guess it wouldn't be Karen if it's a guy. Quran? I don't know. Syrian? I have no idea. I have no idea how you pronounce C-I-A-R apostrophe A-N. Ciaran. I guess I'm going to call it Ciaran. Ciaran starts receiving enigmatic emails from a mysterious sender, turning his everyday life into a mess of a romantic comedy with psychological themes mixed in. What lies beyond the mystery he's been presented with? In the words of Harry H., if you want to know the truth, go find it. So, looks interesting. It is getting positive reviews with almost 1,000 reviews on Steam. Again, 90% positive reviews. It tells you that this is probably going to be pretty good. So, it's not really unheard of. Like a lot of the visual novels that I play are kind of unheard of, less popular. Obviously, I did play the Doki Doki Literature Club, which is massively popular. And I wasn't real impressed with the Doki Doki. I honestly think that I've played much better visual novels that are much shorter than was Doki Doki Literature Club. But we're going to go ahead and jump into 1,000 Lies here, guys. Hopefully you guys are ready for this. So let's go ahead and jump in, shall we? How is everybody doing today? All right. So here we go. Gamepad. Yeah, we don't need a gamepad. We'll just go this one. Okay. Where is the language? I don't know. Hopefully it's in English. We'll see. It does say it's in English, right? I would think it would be. Let's, yeah, English is supported. Okay. Where'd it go? Where'd the game go? Alright. I think I exited the game actually. Okay. We'll get this figured out, guys. Aha! There we go. Okay, settings. How about English? There we go. Alright. Music volume. Let's turn the music volume down just a little bit. Text speed. Maybe turn that down a little bit, since I probably can't read that fast. Full screen. There we go. Alright. Back. And load game, new game, extras, settings. Alright, here we go. I don't know who's watching, but welcome. Alright, much like the origin of our dreams, 3 youths forged their friendships out of unclear beginnings. Hey! That was way too fast. Whoa! 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 Whoa, we gotta slow this way down. Text speed. Auto text speed. I don't know. We also want to have read messages. Skip text. Yeah, we don't want it skipping text. Let's try that. Back. Okay, that's what we want. Okay, so let's quit. Yes. Let's relaunch the game and start from the beginning. Sheesh. Yeah, if I could read that fast, I'd be able to read some of these 10-hour visual novels that I end up doing in like 30 minutes. I'm just saying. Nobody would understand any of it, but make sure our settings are still all the same. Okay, they are. Let's go ahead and move this back. Well, you know what? Let's just go there. Back. New game. Let's try this again. Much like the origin of our dreams, 3 youths forged their friendships out of unclear beginnings. The innocence of their childhood souls knew nothing of the ulterior motives that the jaded mind of an adult might have. Okay? It's a pity that no decision knows of virtue, a fabrication which lies beyond the chromatic spectrum of consequences that adults insist on simplifying only as either black or white. Okay, it's getting deep already. So they maintain that lies should not be told. Lying is wrong. With empty words, they wage their futile battle against human nature, pretending to know of what they speak. It's ironic how, rather than erasing lies by teaching us not to fabricate falsehoods, we learn how to make them better. Well, there's probably some truth there. After all, who honestly seeks the truth? We only open our ears to the confirmations of our biases. There's a lot of truth here, a lot of hard truth here in this opening. And that's strange because in my opinion, there is no one who is more sincere with their words than the greatest liar of them all. Okay. Okay, so notes fell readily. Hang on, guys. Let me make sure you guys are getting the... Huh. I don't know why you guys aren't getting... Let me turn the music. There we go. I want you guys to hear music, but not so loud that you can't hear my voice. Okay. There we go. I think that's better. Notes fell readily from my memory and onto the piano keys at my fingertips, recreating the trite sounds of Maestro Debussy's esteemed melody. I played for no attentive listeners, in no grand auditorium. Only one man fell within earshot of my tune. As weak with his words as with his posture, he shifted his eyes about in a mixture of fear and doubt. It just started, man. We just started this game. It's another visual novel. How you doing, Lauren? Even if I were to close my eyes, I could draw his features in the void with nothing more than memories. Every feature, every pulsing movement, the signs on his face that age had yet to win its long battle against his youth. I can still taste the crisp, bittersweet flavor in my mind gave to the air on the day I found him, staring so intently at the starry sky as if he wanted to leave the rest of the world behind. Well, who is this great, young, older and wise, young-looking man? That infamous night, quietly overseen by Maestro Debussy, would change everything forever. Not really, man. Come on, want to see how haunted that mansion really is? The boy could hardly contain his excitement as he spoke. His two friends, his only audience, frowned in response, reluctant to give him their answer. They couldn't be fooled by such superstitions as ghosts, nor were they motivated to spend their time disproving their existence. Yet somehow they just couldn't find it in themselves to say no to their eager friend. Perhaps due to his eloquence, or, to be frank, his persistence. Okay. Their entrance was heralded by abandoned spiderwebs, ramshackle walls, and frayed curtains. Unfortunately, there were no specters to speak of. The boy had little need of his ghost now, though, for the trembling signs of fear that gripped his friend served more than adequately as his entertainment for the day. So we have a boy who invites his two friends to go into a haunted mansion to see if it's really haunted. They're reluctant to go because they don't believe in, superstitions and ghosts and monsters and stuff like that. But they give in to his persistence, and they go into this abandoned house. It's full of spider webs and ramshackle walls and frayed curtains, and there's no ghost in there, but the kid who invited his two friends to go in there is very entertained by the fact that his two friends that he invited are obviously scared shitless in this empty, haunted house. That's pretty cool. Survivio, that's pretty fun, man. I'll be playing more of it. Yeah. Alright. So, our intrepid leader took point, leading his exploration party deeper into the dust-filled interior of the old mansion. He brought his attention to a single book laid atop an aging podium, a sure sign that no pages of content were more worthy of reading than those found within his centerpiece on display. Its words were still legible, if only just, and apart from the rest of its treatise on keeping those close relationships unbroken, it offered a dire warning. Desecrating that which does not belong to you will bring nothing but punishment. That which you love will inevitably become the greatest of your fears. When during the... what the hell is that? Syzygy? When during the syzygy 3 elements must become 2, which one will you discard? 3 elements must become 2. Which one will you discard? If it had been a spell from a witch's book, the 3 youths lacked the knowledge to understand it. Nonetheless, they would soon regret having brought life to the words upon the page. From out of the darkness, shackles appeared and bound the 3 together with unbreakable chains that only they could see, doomed to keep each other's company eternally. Wow. Okay. Kid says, "Hey, do you think I could learn to play the piano?" Pianist, "Are you serious? Why would I bother to teach you? You've had more time to learn than I have." Kid says, "No, that's not what I meant. I was just curious." Well, it's a simple question with a long and complicated answer. So here it is. No. No, long and complicated answer. No. I like it. A conjunction of opposition, especially of the moon with the sun. The planets were aligned in syzygy. I've never seen that word. Syzygy. Interesting. So it means opposition, huh? So the kid hears no, and he's like, "Why not? Why would you teach me to play the piano? Do you really need me to spell it out for you?" "Well, you're the expert. It shouldn't be hard for you to tell me what's wrong." "What's wrong? Where do I begin? For example, those sausage links you call your fingers. You think there's any instrument that would accommodate you? Oh man, that's just mean." We got a train going right by my house right now, by the way, guys. Lauren just looked that up. Here I was thinking you was smart, Lauren. What the heck? I know, same as I. Thanks, Google. I've done that before in these visual novels. I've actually not understood words and actually looked them up right in the stream. Well, thanks for that, Lauren. Kid says, it sounds like you're just trying to make me go away, calling his fingers sausage links. I've never heard of anyone not being able to play the piano for such a stupid reason. Piano says, I suppose that depends on your goals. You could bang away at the keys to your heart's content, for example. Well, you're not very good at this pep talk thing, you know. It was a strange spell which bound the three youths together. Should they try and spread out and seek their own paths, the chains on their legs would grow tighter, keeping them together. But if two of them agreed to stay close to each other, they could grant the third prisoner an extended length of distance. How does that work exactly? So the three boys, or the three youths, are chained together by some kind of magical chain, it sounds like. Two of them, they can all kind of go their own way, but they can only go so far. But if two of them go the same direction, it offers more length of chain for the third person to go in a different direction. Huh. I need pictures, man. Okay, I'm just going to explain it more here, it looks like. The links in the chains were uninterrupted by obstacles. They only enforce the proximity by which its prisoners must be held. Still, they could find a way to live with their curse, with none but themselves being the wiser to it. And how could anyone believe that three friends would have been physically bound by a chain which eludes the sight of everyone but its prisoners, passes through all obstructions, and is untouchable to anyone else? It looks like it's probably this visual novel is probably going to be 8 to 12 hours from the looks of it for me, but I don't know. That's just a guess. Under the premise that they used to spend all their time together, none of them thought this incident would harm their lives too much. Using their imaginations, they could manage some way to go on with their lives. Yeah, we're gonna be breaking this up into probably like hour segments. Yeah, I read way too long the other night in that visual novel, Killer Love. Yeah, I think I just kept reading it because it was really good, but I also thought it was close to the end, so I just kept going and going and going, and I wish I would have broke it up into at least 2 parts. But yeah, we're gonna try to break this up into probably hour-long segments, and then just play it however many days it takes. As long as it's good, as long as it's, you know, good enough to continue reading. But anyway, under the premise they used to spend all their time together, none of them thought this incident would harm their lives too much. Using their imaginations, they could manage some way to go on with their lives. So these chains are their imagination, it sounds like. Physically bound by chain, which eludes the sight of everyone else but the prisoners. Passes through all obstructions, so the chain just passes right through walls and everything else, and nobody else can touch the chains or see them. Under this premise, they used to spend all their time together. None of them thought this incident would harm their lives too much. Using their imaginations, they can manage some way to go on with their lives. So this chain, this is all just maybe a role-playing kind of a thing, and just an imagination that they have to stay close together. Interesting. In time, a change came upon them. Just as the origins of their friendship remained unclear, so too would it be difficult to pin down just what had kept them united. The light of their childhood innocence would die a slow death, or perhaps even that innocence was another lie, fabricated to disguise their selfishness. Wow. These were the thoughts that plagued the leader's mind as he began to silently observe the faces of the ones he called his friends, who had now become unrecognizable to him. And unable to find the words to form his apology, he chose to simply run away. Huh. Okay. Piano says, "Come off it already. You didn't come here for a piano lesson. If you've got something to say, spit it out already, kid. But the kid merely choked on his words, unable to force his thoughts into the open air. You don't have to say a thing if you don't want to. You're a grown man, and you can make your own decisions. You don't need me to tell you what to do. Just know that every choice comes with a price. I don't want you to come crying to me later as if I were responsible for your decisions. Through the corner of my own eye, I could see that no amount of shaming language would drive him away. Yet he still milled about in his own indecisiveness. I sighed audibly, making my displeasure with our status quo abundantly clear. Fine. Do you want to know what made me want to learn how to play this piano? It had been an impromptu change of subject, surprising even myself. I was never one for improvisation. Bringing a close to the piano's melody, I pushed myself away from the keys. I raised my hands up as if to display them alongside my words. I'll tell you what spurred me on to play this instrument. It was after someone told me the most discouraging thing. That with fingers as thick as mine, I would never be able to play any instrument. And he wanted to prove him wrong, huh? So he ran, struggling against his own loss of breath, until the cruel chains trailing behind rose up to remind him of their limited length. So it's kind of going back and forth between the piano and the kid talking, and this imaginary chain link exploring this haunted mansion of these three friends. So anyway, he runs until the chains trailing behind rise up him and basically stop him from running, because he's ran as far as the chain will allow. But that would not stop him. Surrender was beyond his understanding now. No senseless witchcraft would be allowed to outperform his willpower. He didn't care about the blood or the pain. He would keep on running, empowered by his will, even if his own leg were to break. The chain stretched with each step, with a metallic echo of the links breaking behind him. Groaning under the pressure, each length in the chain each length of the chain warped and bent to the breaking point, struggling to match the strength of his determination. Damn, he must have a lot of determination to be breaking chains, and bending chain links, but remember, this is an imaginary chain as well. So it was that curse vanished into thin air, leaving no trace that it had ever bound anyone together. So he broke the chain. Only then did he return to his senses to find that he had bled and suffered to gain solitude in a barren land, bereft of his peers. Even his footsteps had vanished in the trail behind him. He was now truly alone. Never again would he be able to find the important people that he had lost. I think these words have a deeper meaning than what you might think. And that was kind of the prologue for 1,000 Lies. Pretty interesting. I think that's pretty deep. This is all based on a true story. Oh, they took out true. Based on a story that should be true. I like that. That was pretty clever. Based on a true story, they take out the true. Well, it should be true. That's funny. Alright. Ziva Shani, huh? Andion, I know how you feel about me, but I mean, we spend a lot of time together. It's fun being with you, but like, you're a great friend, so it would be better not to lose that. I'm sorry, Indian. I don't know what I'm saying. Why did you have to confess to me here now? And okay, so this is our guy, our hero. I mean, not our hero, but our main story. Who the story revolves around. Sirion. I'm going to call him Sirion. Sirion Indian, sure. It's not you, it's me. Is that what you wanted to say? But the truth is, until now, I was your second choice. The backup in case the first didn't pan out. Am I wrong? Oh, wow. That's pretty abrupt. I was your second choice. The backup in case your first choice didn't pan out. Am I wrong? Because she's kind of rejecting him. Look at her eyes widen. No, 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 no. It's not like that at all. I swear. Is this our first of 1,000 lies? What do you think, Laurent? No, no, no. It's not like that at all. I swear. I kind of feel like this might be the first of the 1,000 lies. The title of the story, right here. The screen shake. Maybe that's a telling sign. And Syrian, I guess he's angry. That's precisely the issue, Ziva. I'm tired of hedging my words with you. I'm tired of hedging my words with everyone. I knew that nothing could ever be the same after confessing, after expressing how I felt. I thought you would accept my feelings, and I was happy. I couldn't believe that someone like me could connect with another person. Although now I see that it was all fake. I've been thinking about it, and now it's clear to me. One of us has been playing with the other's emotions without considering the consequences. Oh boy. This sounds like a love gone wrong. Somebody assumed that the other one had stronger feelings for him than they really did. And I think that was our main man, Syrian, as I call him, Indian. And now, you don't even have the courage to go back, in spite of finding out the truth. Don't you see that with that attitude, you can only hurt ourselves? I thought I loved and adored you. Now, I'm not so sure. The music's a bit too loud. Okay, let me turn it down. Thanks, Laurent. Okay. Yeah, I noticed the music got a lot louder when it started. Hopefully that's better. Maybe I was deceiving myself. All those times we spent together. Or maybe it was just my lack of experience. The only thing I do know is that we can't keep going down this painful road. Aww. And even so, a part of me doesn't want to let you go, even if that means that we're only friends. I think we've all been in that situation where, you like somebody more than they like you, and it finally, you're hoping they like you the same degree, and it finally comes to a point where they're like, sorry, this isn't going to work, sorry, I'm not interested in you as much as you are. And it's that awkward conversation that's hard for one person to say, hey, I'm not interested, and the other person's like absolutely fucking crushed and brokenhearted. And, the person that just got brokenhearted feels anger, they feel foolish, they feel stupid, they're embarrassed, they feel a lot of different emotions. And a lot of times it's like, well, fine, live your life and I'll never contact you again, I'll leave you alone. But then there's that other part of you that's like, you know what, I love you so much that even though you don't see me the same way, I still want to hang on and be your friend. Anybody that's been through any kind of relationship and dating and stuff like that has been through these exact emotions. And for many of us, we've been on both sides of this, this situation. We've been the person that's hurting somebody else, and we've also been the person that's getting our heart ripped out, when we feel foolish. So I think we can kind of understand both sides of this particular scenario. So anyway, he's like, and even so, part of me doesn't want to let you go, even though he's hurt. Even if that means we're only friends. Even knowing the suffering that awaits me. He's hurt. He's obviously brokenhearted. He is freaking hurt. Poor Syrian. If that's how you pronounce his name, but that's what we're going to call him. And she's like, Ziva. He fell in love with Ziva. Well, she's got a pretty face. She's got a nice set of booties there. Boobies. Oh, man. What's it about there, Syrian? Hey, could it be the red hair? Look at that vibrant red hair. Red hair can be a very attractive feature on a woman. I'm just saying. Who knows? And she's like, Syrian, what are you thinking? How could you say something like that? Whispers spread throughout the classroom. As expected, we become the center of attention, and students from all the nearby classrooms crowd around to eavesdrop. Oh no, so now we get all kinds of eavesdropper watching the drama, the heartbreak. Aw, it's messed up. The pressure put on by me, by the current situation, makes my legs begin to shake. Still, somehow, I manage to look calm and composed. Okay, I'm just going to call him Aussie. Just like an Australian, Aussie. Aussie eel wine. Come on, Ziva. Siri? He's pronouncing his name short, but I don't know how that goes. Siri? I'll just call him Siri. Come on, Ziva, Siri. Let's take a moment to calm down. Why don't you think it would be better to talk this out later? The next class is going to start any moment, and I don't think... And Syrian says, you're one to talk, Aussie. Everything is your fault, after all. What? And he's like, huh? What did I do now? Ziva says, so, you already knew. Nobody told me that if that's what you're worried about. I figured it out on my own. I just had to put 2 and 2 together. Oh shit. I don't think I understand what's going on. Would someone care to explain? Yeah, Ziva, do it. Explain it to him, will you? I wouldn't be able to forgive myself if I ruined the lives of my 2 best friends because I was selfish. I've already been rejected here. And she's like, are you sure about that, Indwine? I don't want to... Ziva puts her hand on my shoulder as she tries to cheer me up. I nod at her to indicate that she can continue, and then I choose to walk away, leaving them in silence. Yeah, 2 redheads, exactly, Lauren. Pushing my way past a crowd of students and a teacher, I head into the hallway without ever looking back. I'm running away, I know, but there are times when being a coward is the only way to survive on the battlefield. A lot of truth in that. Alright, from the hallway I can still hear what's happening on the other side of the door. I can hear the woman I love declaring her love for another man. Ow. Wow. So he's eavesdropping. He's sitting there acting like he walked away for them to be alone, for him to tell him what's going on, the other guy. And now he's sitting there. Well, he's not putting... I don't think he's putting his ear up to the wall, but he's definitely eavesdropping. And I don't know if he's just trying to confirm that he was right to be hurt, that she does love him. I don't know. Wow. Sorry, guys. I'm taking my shoes off here. But I got to put my shoes up, because if I don't put my shoes up, my stupid dog will chew them up. Oh, poor Timber. You don't get to chew up my shoes. Feels bad. Timber's here like, what are you doing, Daddy? Why are you putting your shoes up? All right. This poor guy, man. Listening to the woman he loves confirm her love for another man. The students inside the classroom suddenly erupt in various and noisy reactions. The combined sound deafens everything else. Even then, there's still a sound I can't ignore. Oh shit. My heart is broken. Oh, that's just heartbreaking. Leaving me empty inside. Ouch. I thought that was actually glass. The sound of his heart breaking. Man, that's rough. We've all been there. How foolish. I'm no more than a feeble cuckold, reassigned to never leave his nest. My soul is sinking further into the drain of desperation while the world keeps on spinning. I'm unable to bear the sound of everyone else's happiness. My sanity is blinded by my jealousy, which in turn causes me to retreat into loneliness. Aww. I'm not even a third of the man I used to be. For what reason should I keep this farce up? Oh man, Aussie. I'm sorry, Ziva. I would be lying if I said I didn't like you. Oh boy. Then what's the problem? Now, there's no problem. You're beautiful. Any man's ideal woman. I've dreamt of you many times, of us being together, going on walks while I hold your hand. Even dreamt of our wedding. Wow. I've dreamt of the house that we would buy, of 3 kids that we would have, the names that we would even all give them. Well, what the hell, man? So if she loves him and he's been dreaming of her, what is keeping him? Like, is it because he cares about his friend? And she's like, I see. But it's impossible now. The truth is, I'm in love with someone else. Oh, man. So he's in love with somebody else. Oh, boy. Have you guys, anybody that's ever dated, okay, and I know that I keep stopping to talk about this, but anybody that's ever dated, has anybody ever felt like that? Like, it always feels like, I know when I was single and I was dating, and it was really frustrating to date, because I'd go on a date, and I'd go on a couple of dates with somebody, and I'd start getting to know somebody or whatever, and it would feel like, it always feel like imbalance. It was so hard to find a healthy balance where both people had a balance of the same kind of affection for each other, same kind of desire to be with each other. It always seemed like somebody liked the other person more, or Ted wanted it. Ted started having deep feelings for Brandy, but Brandy didn't like him the same way because Brandy liked John. But John didn't like Brandy the way she liked him because John liked, whatever, Farrah. And Farrah didn't like John the same way that he liked her because Farrah, had a big crush on Stacy. And Stacy, another girl, definitely didn't bend that way. She didn't like other girls because, she actually had a crush for Hank. And Hank just didn't have the same feelings for her because Hank, well, he liked Tom. You get the point of what I mean, though. When you're dating, it seems like it's really hard to find that balance where two people genuinely feel a kind of balance together, where both people like each other and desire to be with each other the same. It always seemed like in dating, it always seemed like I either liked them more than they liked me, or vice versa. They was infatuated with me, and I just didn't like them to the same degree. Dating can be very, very stressful, confusing, and it can hurt. But anyway, Aussie says, the truth is, I'm in love with somebody else. And she's like, so it's true. Now she knows how our main man feels. I had suspected it, but I didn't want to believe it, or I couldn't believe it. She's here, isn't she? That's right, I'm talking about. And the new substitute teacher. Oh, the new substitute teacher, okay. Everybody's alarm bells go off. In unison, everybody's gaze shoots toward the entrance of the classroom. Standing there is the wide-eyed substitute teacher, substitute teacher ready for her very first class. The tension causes her to drop her books. Oh boy. A soft, stuttering noise is all that her brain can process right now. Regardless, she didn't need to say anything. Not before she got cut off by a sudden hysterical applause. And Syrian's there. Great, how fantastic. I knew beforehand that something like this might happen. The silence is deafening. You can see the pity growing on everyone's faces. It feels as if the Grim Reaper himself has sentenced them all to an ill fate. You had wanted to confess before Aussie did. Both of us knew what he had been planning, and about his unrequited love for the teacher that the rest of the class hadn't even met yet. That's why we had to move on ahead. You out of fear, and I out of despair. My words, parted by the sound of my breathing and accompanied by the sound of my steps, crashed down upon Ziva as I walked to my desk. Although the weight of her actions is crashing down upon her shoulders, Ziva manages to rise up again, purely out of self-pity. Despite knowing that, you still took the risk. I don't understand you, Indian. I don't ever think I will understand you. In the end, it seems the two of us have the same goal. I guess we're more alike than I thought. Oh, so now that she's been rejected by the Aussie guy who likes a substitute, now she's going to be like, oh, well, maybe we are more alike than I had thought. So now she's going to go back and be like, well, if you really like me, then let's do this, since I just got... But he still had a point right from the start, you know? He still had a point that he felt hurt because he was her second choice, not her first choice. Nobody ever wants to go into a relationship thinking that you're that person's second choice. You know, if you're gonna love somebody and give your all to somebody, you want to know damn well that you're the only one they want and that you're their top choice. You know what I mean? So now that he knows that she's been rejected by the guy that she really had feelings for, he's not going to be interested. Even though she's coming back and saying, "Oh, well, we have more to like than I thought," he's not gonna accept being her second choice. I mean, we already knew he was eavesdropping, listening. And yep, exactly. So even though she's saying, "Oh, we got more alike than I thought," he's like, "No, Ziva, we're not alike." Damn. How did it go back? Okay. My hand clumsily reaches for something to grasp until I can clutch something. While my face twists into a distorted smile, I convince myself that this time I'll really win and I won't let go. I can prove to you that my love is real. I can show you just how strong my resolve is, Ziva. And he's like, the scissors? He grabbed the scissors. No, don't do this, CR. We could talk this over. What are you doing? And she's like, Indian, no. Oh my God, is he gonna jab his own fucking throat with a pair of scissors? That's what they're thinking. No. Oh my God. What? Taking my own life, I mercilessly pierce through my chest. Oh, I thought he was going to stab his neck. Taking my own life, I mercilessly pierce through my chest. I don't think this is real. I think he's imagining this because this is the hero of the story. Yeah, I think he's probably just imagining this or something like that. I don't know. I thought I was empty inside. Oh my God. But my hands are stained with blood. Maybe he really did do it. I guess I can't change how I feel, after all. Wow. Goodbye. Ziva. And she fades away. Holy shit! Ziva, it's over, mission accomplished, Indian is dead! And everybody's cheering. Legion effect. Thank you all. I hope you had as much fun as I did. So it was just a play. This was all just a play, guys. The spectators begin to clap. Due to Ziva's popularity, she receives the most attention, and you can only hear them cheer her name. Seeing her play that kind of role is something new and bold, something the audience excitedly welcomes. I knew that couldn't be real. A job well done. There's no better way to start the day. Right, Campanero? Aussie helps me get up and I shake off the ketchup off my clothes. My shirt is a complete wreck, but what could I do? It was a small price to pay in exchange for some laughs. So it was all an act. That was pretty good. I was like, what the hell? We aren't known as the class clowns for nothing. We eat pranks like this for breakfast. You weren't yourself. You were beating around the bush too much. What the hell was that about with the wedding and the kids? And he's like, oh, believe me, bud, it's not every day that you get a confession from Ziva, even if it was just acting. It's totally normal to start picturing things like a wedding and our 4 future children together. He said 3 before. And he said, wasn't it? And Surian says, wasn't it 3? Exactly. Well, a lot of things have happened since then. Ignoring my friend's reproductive capacity in his dream world, I try to get the class's attention. The show may be over, but the MC is still left, has something to say. Please listen, I have something to announce. Be quiet until I'm finished, damn it. Ladies and gentlemen, and he's like, how am I not a gentleman? Thank you for coming to our little production. I do hope you all enjoyed it. But we mustn't forget to whom we dedicated this practical joke. Someone who also had a small role to play. A round of applause for our already beloved substitute teacher. Please come up to the stage and introduce yourself. We don't even know your name yet. The target of all the shouts and whistles, our victim, stands petrified against the wall, even paler than she was before. At first, she appears frightened. Then she frowns until finally she scowls and begins puffing air out of her nose like an enraged bull. What other reaction could we expect from our little prank? Right, the 3 of us end up in the principal's office. Wow. 1,000 lies. Alright, with that, guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap this one up. That looks like a good stopping point. I don't want these to go too long. I want to keep them 45 minutes to an hour so they're more digestible when I upload them to my YouTube channel or if anybody watches them later. Going on for these things of 2, 3, 4 hours is a lot of work to read as well. So that started off pretty good, pretty interesting. 1,000 lies, and we'll get back into this, I'm sure, in the next few days. So thanks so much for a perfect spot to end, I think. Thanks so much for being here, Laurent, and whoever else is here. I don't even know who's here, but we're gonna go ahead and wrap this one up, guys. And I want to thank you guys for being here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and we'll see you in the next one, everybody. This has been Livestream in the Moonshine, number 233, part 1 of 1,000 Lies. See you soon, everybody. Take care.